Not my best landing.
Hey, let's go!
Hello and welcome to the obligatory Battlefront video with Sour Peppers. All joking aside, I've been quite looking forward to this release, so when I heard they were going to do a public beta testing, I was pretty excited. I think it's a pretty wise idea on the part of EA. Hopefully doing this, they'll avoid the release date glitches that have become more common these days. Now, there's already a lot of simple Let's Play videos up about this game already, so I wanted to do something different. So I thought I would show you some gameplay footage from the awesome Hoth map, and give you guys some interesting lore and backstory surrounding the planet Hoth and its alliance base. Because in the Star Wars universe, there's no end to the level of detail you can go into. It's almost like watching the History Channel, but in the future. The only time when ancient aliens would actually be credible history. Just as a note, this is footage shot done in the open beta version of the game, obviously, so it does not reflect what the end product is going to look like. I mean, it may be terrible, but we don't know that yet. And considering the quality of what I've seen so far in the beta, I think it's unlikely. The fact they're even doing a beta improves those chances, I think. As for a review, well, I enjoy it. Now on to the lore. So what is this snowball they call Hoth in the Star Wars universe? Well, it's a sixth planet of the remote Hoth system located in the Annette sector, a rarely traveled portion of the Outer Rim territories. The planet's orbit and tilt axis play a big role in the planet's constant frigid temperatures. For most species, the average daytime temperature is unbearable and rarely rises above freezing, even in the planet's equatorial regions. The average temperature on Hoth is minus 61 degrees Celsius, so an average cold spell in Winnipeg. However, at the equator, or the equator where the rebel base was located, daytime temperatures could reach minus 32 degrees Celsius, so an average January day in Winnipeg. One interesting phenomenon has to do with the tidal pole of Hoth's nameless moons. They cause fissures in the ice layers, sending jets of water into the freezing cold air. The water would freeze pretty much instantly, creating spirals of ice that contain within them primitive ocean algae. The planet's existence was known as early as 4000 BBY. During the Old Republic era, the Republic suffered a major defeat in orbit of Hoth at the hands of the Sith Empire, littering the surface with wrecked ships. This all happened during the Great Galactic War. During the New Sith War, there was another engagement, but this time on the surface of the planet, between Jedi and Sith forces. Rather strangely, it was a destination for iceboarding and hover skiing enthusiasts who could travel to the planet with star tours. But now, the stuff you've all been waiting for. After the rebel victory at the Battle of Yavin, Imperial forces eventually forced the Alliance to relocate to a new system. Now, they already had a list of possible candidates for a new location for a base, and the world Boz Piety was chosen, otherwise known as the Graveyard World due to the large and plentiful gravestones from the extinct local inhabitants. However, the Empire quickly located them, and they had to relocate yet again. Hoth was eventually chosen by Luke Skywalker after he had been stranded on the planet, so construction on Echo Base began. After they had established themselves, an Imperial unit actually located the Rebel base during a mission to Hoth, and they attacked the Rebels at Echo Base. However, the Rebels managed to wipe out most of their forces in the attack, and attempts to report their discovery failed due to the incompetence of General Navarre, who deleted the report by mistake. And as we all know, the base was eventually discovered by a Viper probe droid that Luke Skywalker encountered on one of his patrols. Darth Vader's personal Death Squadron was then dispatched to wipe out Echo Base and hopefully the Alliance once and for all. As we know, that sneak attack was foiled by another commander's incompetence, for which he was dealt with. This meant they would have to mount a ground attack in order to disable the generator to begin orbital assault. Blizzard Force, as it was dubbed, consisted of several battalions of cold weather-equipped 501st Legion stormtroopers. These troops would be transported on AT-AT and A5 Juggernaut transports. Now, Echo Base was defended by a number of perimeter trenches and static anti-infantry turrets, along with the V-150 Planet Defender ion cannon. Pew pew. The base housed around 7,500 combat and command personnel, 350 medical personnel, and 120 droids. The hangar, one of the first portions of the base to be constructed, could house at least 30 GR-75 medium transport, 60 Rebel starfighters, 12 snowspeeders, along with the Millennium Falcon and Outrider. The base was surrounded by a number of what they called Echo Stations, like Echo Station 3-8, Echo Station 3T8, and so on. They were also regularly used to fend off Wampa attacks. Before the arrival of Blizzard Force, Imperial task forces were sent to attack Echo Station 3T8 and Echo Station 5-7. Both bases, along with 6 ships, were destroyed by overwhelming Imperial firepower. Another task force was sent to destroy the ion cannon at Outpost Beta to prevent them from firing on any more of the Star Destroyers in orbit. However, Rogue Squadron snowspeeders successfully destroyed the attacking walkers and their reinforcements. Now, as Blizzard Force approached, one AT-AT was lost via Skywalker, but the attack went on regardless, and the remaining AT-ATs downed many snowspeeders and sent the rebel infantry into the trenches for cover. When Blizzard Force approached the trench system, the rebels were forced to withdraw. Blizzard 1 managed to break through and take out the shield generator. From orbit, Star Destroyers began to bombard strategic targets and fleeing ships. Around 30 Rebel GR-75 medium transports managed to take off, along with 6 other transports. Out of those, 17 of the GR-75s were disabled or destroyed, and all 6 of the other transports were destroyed as well. The ion cannon crew were one of the last personnel to leave the base, blowing up the cannon to mask their escape. The aftermath was pretty bleak for the Alliance. They had lost thousands of soldiers and pilots. There was a massive loss of materials and supplies, and the rebels were now on the run. The loss severely weakened the Alliance's combat capabilities in the war. Those who survived the attack but couldn't get off the planet were placed under arrest for loyalty to the Alliance. Some Imperials were even saying that the war was over, and Emperor Palpatine claimed in his speech that the Civil War would soon be at an end. But as we all know, that was not to be. But I think that's where we'll end story time for today. So if you like this whole Star Wars lore idea, please hit like, and I'll do some more in the future. Until next time, good night.
Bomber targeting systems locked in.